I just have to wonder from your perspective. We spoke about 9/11, but 11 months later, after this happens, just like all of us, you watch a plane hit the Tower One, you watch a plane hit Tower Two, plane hit the Pentagon. I just have to wonder from your perspective, was there a feeling of truthfully, what the fuck, man? Did they not learn anything from us? How did Intel drop the ball this much?
Okay, so I'm going to rewind the tape for me a little bit. When I came off coal, the investigation's complete. I go to the Joint Forces Staff College, and then I reported back to the Pentagon for that heavy lift assignment that the Admiral and I discussed. I was on the J5, which is strategy and policy. A previous commanding officer, I'd been his executive officer on a cruiser, had come back to Washington, had retired, and he had gone to work for the CIA. A guy named Charlie Allen is up there. Okay, he was the assistant director for collections. Kind of a low-key title, right? Think about the collections
Yeah.
wide that they do. He calls me up and says, hey, Mr. Allen would love to have you come up, and we'd love to share with you what we knew about bin Laden before, during, and after the attack on your ship. Said, great, we fenced a day, hop in the car, drive up, talk to the nice camera, talk to the nice armed guard, get a VIP pass, walk in. It is the movies. The 16-foot granite seal. To my left, the one gold star on the wall for the Office of Strategic Services. To my right, the wall of honor with row after row of those gold stars for the CIA agents that have given their lives, some known, some not. We go up, sit down at 7 o'clock, and I get briefed for over an hour and a half. And at the end, he says, what do you think? And I said, first, Mr. Allen, thank you, but I'm going to be honest. America doesn't understand. I believe it is going to take a seminal event, probably in this country, where hundreds, if not thousands, die before Americans realize we're at war with this guy. He said, well, we're doing our best to make sure that doesn't happen. We got up and left from there to go look at some overhead imagery, some satellite shots of a place called Tarnack Farms and some other areas.
Yeah.
20 minutes after I said that, the first plane hits the North Tower.
Wow. That's incredible.
I was literally standing outside the door to the counterterrorism center to go in and meet Kofor Black when the second plane hit the South Tower, and everyone knew that we were now a nation at war.
So how many F-bombs did you drop when that happened? And how many times did I fucking told, I fucking told you guys. I told you so. I mean, you don't want to do that because you don't feel air, but you're right. Like, I told you, sons of bitches.
All I'm thinking is I've got to get back down to work.
Oh, you get back to your shit.
So I leave the building, hop in my car. I'm driving down the parkway. And to be honest, I'm a mess.
I bet.
I called and talked to someone very dear to me, who's my better half and has been for years. And I was, I failed my nation once and 17 sailors were dead. I failed my nation again, and now we're under attack. What could I have been doing rather than worrying about what I was going to have for my next assignment? As I'm approaching, there's this stone overpass as you're coming up to the Pentagon. And right before that, she says, oh my God, Jim Miklaszewski says the Pentagon's been attacked. I go through that stone arch. As I come on the other side, I can see the black smoke still coming up from the Pentagon. And it was like a wall came down. I said, yep, Pentagon's been hit. Call my folks and tell them I'm okay. I'm going into the building to see what I can do. I'll call you when I can. Bye. Click, hung up. Drove a little bit south, and then I hopped up on what's the main artery going in and out of Washington, 395. And right by the Pentagon is a road called Boundary Channel Drive. Parked my car. Arlington police showed up. Virginia State Highway Patrol showed up, said, you got to leave. I told them who I am and why I was there. Okay, you can stay. 2 times while I'm standing there, these black Suburbans with flashing blue lights would go flying by, slam on the brakes, back up. The windows had come down, and I'd have these guys looking at me saying, what are you doing here? It was FBI agents responding out of the field office and headquarters from downtown that had been with me on Cole and Aden that were looking at how they could get to the Pentagon now to respond to the attack that occurred there.
So did you jump in and get them some directions, or did you just go?
I told them where to go, and I stayed out. And my job actually was the Child Development Center was attached to the Pentagon at that time. Parents were coming in absolutely panicked, but I knew that all children had been evacuated out of there and were across the street in LBJ Park, and that they were perfectly safe. So I had to get the parents calm, So I said, I'm not going to allow you to go down there because we've got people evacuating and we don't need a hood ornament and another accident. It's bad enough as it is. Once they were calm, I'd let them go down and pick up their kids, and they drove home. And guess what? 2 years ago, I learned through a newspaper article, one of those parents that I ran into on Boundary Channel Drive, their daughter is now a midshipman at the Naval Academy. I went into her class and got a chance to meet her.